Alright guys, another replay cast. Happy versus X-Lord. This is from the 18th of July, so yesterday. You can see this on his YouTube channel. Yes, it's Happy. We just saw a game of Happy versus X-Lord on another map, which was Northern Isles. And Happy, to my surprise and consternation, won it. They had crept the whole map and Happy held the final Frostworm and Destroyer attack. Here's game number 2. And we were kind of talking about other things. We segued into the history of Headhunter builds. But now I'm going to pay special attention to his early game and his mid game. I'm very curious to see how the rematch goes. Amazonia is a very difficult map against Undead. And against Night Elf, especially against Elf. But I think it's very difficult against Undead as well. And surprisingly, he's not going for Headhunters. This is his build. But he apparently finds that Amazonia is too poor for Headhunters. Now, I can't imagine him going Blade Master. There's a world of difference between the execution requirements for Blades and Farseer. And to be honest, Farseer is just easier. It's more accessible for a player that's relatively new to a race, which Happy is to Orc. So it's Farseer with an early Barracks, with an early Grunt. He's going to Lightning Shield creep the Renegade Wizard. And now I want to talk a bit about it from the other point of view. When Happy plays Undead against Orc on this map, he tends to deviate between getting this Troll Trapper, this Troll level 4 camp, or this one, or he comes straight to Harass. X-Lord likewise sometimes comes straight to Harass. Ever since they reworked all creeps having full mana, which was actually an unintended side effect of Reforged development, but all creeps now start with full mana. Ever since they did that, Lightning Shield creeping has become a crucial skill for everyone to have. And that's what Happy is looking to do here. X-Lord is looking to disrupt it. X-Lord does a lot more level 1 DK no XP harass than others. But just because his Acolyte is here doesn't prove that it's going to be DK harass. But it is likely, I would say. Very strange build. I'm not sure that this game is going to be totally worth watching. I haven't screened it or anything like that. But that is a strange opener. Banking up to 300 plus gold, maybe 400 plus, then suddenly making a War Mill and a Burrow on 20 out of 21 food is a strange opener. But let's see if there's some merit to it. And I have a chat question from Execution. Lightning Shield creep was not a thing before Reforged, question mark? So like I said, when they started developing Reforged, there was the unintended side effect. And I'm not sure they know that they really did it. But all creeps suddenly started on full mana, as you can see. In the Warcraft that I always played, 15 years plus, creeps started with 0 mana, which meant the mana that they have when you meet them is dependent on when you meet them from the start of the game. So there was no, I'm gonna creep the first camp with Lightning Shield creeping, because they didn't have the mana to cast it. So this is a weird, awkward game. When you evaluate a game like this, you're not looking at a man that is playing a build that he intended to play. You cannot copy this build order from either player because there's so much early interaction between the two players that they're just really adapting to one another. What you're looking at here is a man's ability to adapt. Mind games and yeah, each trying to anticipate each other. Nice auto attack steal. So this is a very crucial moment in the game. There's many ways, there's many dimensions that in the direction that this game could have gone into. Happy could have eventually started creeping his goblin shop again when X-Lord was missing, right? He could have gone to the Troll 4 camp in the middle of the map, but he came here to harass. He made a read that X-Lord would be here to take this rather important and easy camp early so that he could then fall back and take his own further away from Happy and his reinforcements. Somehow Happy anticipated that and not only came here with that kind of game sense and reading, but he also had the timing of the auto attack on that kobold to steal it. Wonderful. And we're going from like a terrible start and a bad build order, partially because of the harass of Xlord, into not bad. I want to caution your hopes and expectations though, because this is still a very slow teching orc in how Happy is situated in this game. Now, if DK shows up, he's going to chain lightning secure to kill himself here. Another tier 2 bestiary. This is a lot of XP. TC is on the way. He does have a slow tech, but he tends to favor having a good early game more, even if that requires some weird adaptations like what we just saw him do, even if it delays his tech for a minute. Okay, how does he react to this? He's about to get creep jacked. I think you take the troll and then you run. Take the item and try to run everything away. You can even bunch your units together and then speed scroll them away. I would imagine one headhunter is going to die, and he knows that, so he's actually going to turn around and attack the fiends. If you put everything in control group 1, you put one wolf in control group 2, you can actually very efficiently chase the fiend and quickly block one of the fiends. So he ends up losing a headhunter, but he sent it into creeps, which makes me wonder, did Xlord get XP for it, yes or no? He would have maybe had to expend a coil on it, and he takes a situation where he gets creep jacked. Instead of trying to put everything into saving 1 to 4 of his headhunters, running all the way home and wasting a lot of time, he said, that headhunter, you've got it, I'm writing it off, sunk costs. I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to focus your fiends, because guess what? That DK is going to chase the headhunter, and that means that, oh nice, saving the Sasquatch so that only the TC gets the XP, all 92 to the TC. And then he's like, yeah, I'm just going to creep, I'm just going to get your fiend instead, and that's a good trade. But I love what Xlord is doing here. He's just straight up in your face. He's harassing and he's creeping this camp here. Super surprised by this honestly, I'm super surprised by this TP. He doesn't have much catch. So Xlord just walks away. That's a pretty big waste of a TP. He was hoping for more out of this. And in terms of who got that final creep, nobody actually did, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, the lightning shielded Lich last hit that rogue bandit thing. Don't get your clarity cancelled. No. Minus 70 cake W. So the TP was pretty meh. That is the real Death Knight. And there's the Lich. Was it Frost Armor or could it be Lich? Frost Nova. Oh, Boulder. There is an early Raider with Ensnare though, and that's pretty good against this kind of harass style. It could be a easy steal, Coil Nova steal, and he actually tries to focus the DK, and the question is that worth it, right? He is creeping his laboratory with fiends at the same time. That's why the Lich leveled up. And he secured the whatever clause of attack item that it could be from the laboratory on Happy's side, and now he's getting his own. And although Happy did force a TP, he forced his own TP as well. So it's not like he's too much in the lead with that or anything. Very interesting to see that he went for a Grunt into Headhunter build. Just that early Grunt gives him a better chance to creep the laboratory, even though it didn't end up panning out that way. And he still ends up transitioning to a 3 hero Headhunter build. Let's see how that pans out. TC is about to get level 3. Shadowhunter is now on the way. And honestly, a fairly good amount of creeps being gotten here by Happy without really too much losses. His grouping is Kodo with all the Headhunters in group 2, Raider, TC and Farseer in group 1. Would that prediction have been less effective if there were a lot more creeps in the middle line? It's a small map. It's easier to make predictions, Bruce Nee. The thing is, had he predicted wrong and Happy had not been, Xlord had not been at the Kobold, then he could have crept it himself. Most effective creepjacks in Warcraft 3, or creepjack attempts, I should say, have the second option of taking that camp when you're wrong. Trying to creepjack someone at a camp that you personally cannot tackle has the risk of not being able to take that camp and therefore having wasted your time in walking there. What you can do is be on scout big camps that you do not have the ability to creep. But if your army isn't already near, you're generally too late anyway to creep jack it. So that's why sometimes people use their whole army for wishful thinking scouting. Oh, nice! That's because he power crept his Shadow Hunter from this camp. That's why he has Heal Wave and Hex. Both skills extremely important so far. Because he used the Heal Wave to save the Farseer, and he used the Hex to kill the Dark Ranger. And he always has the Invul on the Shadow Hunter, and he's actually using it to bait. It's really good micro. Really, really, really good micro. And prioritization as well, making sure that it's always the Shadow that has the invulnerability potion, because he has the lowest health pool. Ah, nice wolf blocks, nice wolf blocks. Yeah, he could kill anything right now, like he's winning this. I can't believe it. He's in a very comfortable position. I don't think there's TP on the DK. He still has a coil and he's gonna use it. He's gonna try to use it as late as possible. Nice body blocks. Oh, let me go. There's another coil and the Lich survives, but this is an all-around super good situation for Happy. Very well managed. GG. Jesus Christ.
Oh, best time.
Very nice. On Amazonia, ladies and gents. After that start, I can't believe it. Always invul on the Shadow, baiting the Shadow's death to put the DK out of position. Last second invul. Power creeping the Shadow on the Goblin Merchant. It's a small map, but he got a Shadow level 2. Really nice.